Good morning. Morning. So I have the peer review tips up we talked about last time, just to remind you. Of course, there are always things that are specific to whatever assignment that we're working on. So some of the things that you can help them with especially are the thesis. So if they're telling you a story and you're getting a main message from it, it would be great if you can kind of sum up the overall message that you feel like is coming across from the story, like that music helped you get through a hard time, or that speech therapy helped you overcome some of your confidence issues, or whatever it is that you feel like the overall story is telling you with the selection of detail. And then if you see any details, because remember we talked about you want to concentrate on the things that get your message across, and maybe not talk as much about the things that don't matter, like if you brushed your teeth or other things that happen that aren't necessary to getting your message across. Another thing I want to talk about today that we sometimes forget, especially in shitty first drafts, is called context. Okay, so selection of detail is concentrating on the things that get our message across. Context, which your book chapter also talks about, is sometimes we forget to tell people when we are or where we are. You know, like all the things you read at the beginning of a play. Here's the list of actors, here's the setting. Now you don't dump all of that in the first paragraph, but if someone comes into the story, you need to give us a heads up on who they are. So my brother walked in, or my mom was in the kitchen. Then that gives us enough information naturally to identify the people. Okay, when I was 7, you know, in 1969, if that's an important detail to your story. Um, I wasn't born then yet either. So you can help them if they're not identifying all of the things you need to know about the context, like where they are, when they are, how old they are, who the people are that are coming in and out of the story. Then say, and just ask questions like we talked about, right? For number 2, asking questions is a nice, accessible way to get more information put into the paper. And if you do need more examples, you can ask for more examples. Like I said, don't underestimate the value of being an audience, especially for stories. Most of you have been trained to listen to stories your entire life, right? Since you were little kids. So you're good at it, right? So you can say, there's something missing here, and help them add what's missing. So recognize your value as a peer reviewer, ask questions, write or comment on the paper, email each other the paper or share the documents. Remember, you can go to Word and go up here and share that document with someone. Once you click share, you go into McKendree, it'll give you a place where you can copy a link and send it to someone, and then you can both work on the paper together. Or you can just email it to them and they can email it back, whichever works better for you. Okay, this is the intro handout that we were talking about the other day. Maybe help them come up with an intro if they don't have one, something that really gets our attention. Help them formulate their thesis. That's probably the most important thing for today. Help them with the thesis and selection of detail and context issues. So give them some comments to take away with them and talk to them about your reaction to the story or what you're curious about or what you liked about it or what you'd like to see more of. Okay. And then try not to pick on the grammar and the spelling, the punctuation, unless they ask you for some specific input, because like I said, you weren't as worried about that. We are going to worry about it when we revise, but not for doing the peer review. Okay. So specifically for this paper, think about context, think about selection of detail, and help them come up with the thesis. Okay. The most valuable thing you can do is be on the outside of their head, asking questions and eliciting more information. Does anyone have any questions before we get started? I'll put you guys in groups. Try to give at least 2 opinions and get at least 2 opinions on your own draft. If you have time for more than that, great. We will work on this until 8:50. And I will be here for questions. Okay, if you guys want to carry on offline to finish up, that's fine as well. If there are no questions, I'm going to put you in your groups for the peer review. Please, again, sometimes you get bumped offline. Make a note of which group you're in case you come back on and I need to put you back in your group. I will broadcast these instructions also to the groups, so you have them handy about what we're working on. All right, in case you come in. All right, I don't see any questions, so let's put you in the groups. Let's do 3 groups today. All right, please help each other out with your drafts. Let me know if you have any questions. Jonathan, are you able to join your group? There you go. Grant?